Hello, welcome. Just about to get started. Last time we left off, I had a bug that I was gonna track down, and I'm gonna do that right now before I get any deeper. Hit play here. Bug was I can pick up the item multiple times, but not really. No, I guess that's weird. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Put the server, client, and if I pick up this item, it disappears. I don't particularly understand why that's happening, so let's figure it out. Okay, so if I go over here and I right click, there's nothing. It's gone. The item is gone. Oh, wait, no, it's still there. Yeah, it's still there. Why is that happening? No, the item should be gone. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start a server, put that to the side. We're gonna start a client, and then we've got our 3 items. Let's look at them in here. And we've also got, we're the player. The player has a UI element. No, it's this one. Is it this one? Go back to, this is nothing. That's the server. There we go. That does not feel... okay, hold on. Let me just make this smaller so that I have more windows. All right, whatever. That's not this. Is this even the right session? It might not be. Why can't I hide this? Maybe because that session doesn't exist. Yeah, it's closed. Oh, that's this. What's this then? What? I have 2 inventories? Okay. Yeah, what is this? What was this before? Hold on. Oh, that's annoying. Look at the main. Yeah, what is that? Why does this exist? What if it didn't exist? Do we have anything that's referencing this? No, it's all commented out. So hiding this, I mean, it shouldn't affect anything, but also... that, yeah, that doesn't explain why that's happening. Okay, let me put this over here and let me look at, we don't need this. Let me look at the remote. We have, is this the remote? No, this is the remote right here. This is our inventory. And if we look in here, we see that we have 5 color X and 5 of them claim to have an item in the inventory. What are they claiming? They all have the same item in the inventory, but they have a different texture. Huh. Okay. So oh shoot, I gotta wash my hand. Got something on it. I'll step away in just a second, but first, okay. The problem, I think, is I'm calling this, okay, I'm making this RPC call, and I really shouldn't be. When I right click and I look at the output, we're calling a get on to item. But the item is still there. We shouldn't have, that shouldn't be. The item should not be there anymore. Let's go look in the code. RPC handler get on item. What are we calling that? Okay, so we're calling get item command, and the get item command says call this function, and this function calls add item to inventory. And add item to inventory, all it does is set the collectible component param. And if we look in the collectible component, when the thing is collected, we're setting visible to false. But setting visible to false doesn't stop it from collision. So has this bug always been here and we just never solved it? I think the easy solution is when we're doing the command, this one, there's a collider, and this collider, there's got to be a way to say don't collide with things that aren't visible. Or there's got to be a way to say this is not a valid thing to collide with. For object and objects.clicked on, if collider is actor. Is a collider a thing I defined? That can't be. Okay, so this returns an array, but we're doing print objects clicked on. But I only see one object here, the 0 item. Oh, that makes sense. There's only one item. I'm being dumb. Object.get collider. Okay, so we're getting this. We're getting this part of the array. That's what this is. So the problem is here. Intersect point. Tell me about this function. Oh, you know what we could just do? We can just say collider if collider.visible. Don't target things that aren't visible. Don't target things that aren't visible. Pretty sure this is going to crash. No, actually it works fine. We can still collide with it, which is kind of... what we could do to mitigate that is we could say, when you pick up an item, send it to the shadow realm. Send it to coordinates negative 99999999999. Is it really worth doing that? Does that affect the collisions at all? Let me look in the docs. All right, let's open the docs. Godot intersect point. Okay. Interesting ray casting. This isn't a very expensive operation, so I really shouldn't care too much about it. Before I dive too deep in this, I'm going to wash my hands. I'll be right back. Happens rarely, but it does happen where I wash my hands and then I leave and then there's still soap on my hands. Not a lot, but just enough. It's annoying. How's this intersect point getting determining what it intersects with? Is there a mask I can set to be like this method can take an exclude array of objects that are to be excluded from collisions. A collision mask bitmap representing the physics layer to check in, or booleans to determine if the ray should collide. Where's that? Oh, well, we do want it to collide with physics bodies 2Ds and area 2Ds. We want it to ignore specifically ones that aren't visible. But what if we set... Is this the function we're using? I feel like it is. We're using intersect point. That's this function, yes. This is the wrong Godot. Why am I getting Godot 3? Wait a minute. Stable, that's what I meant. What is this? Get out of here. Okay, this is... What? What is this? What is this function? This is giving me the world 2D. The world 2D has a physics direct space state 2D. And it has a function called intersect point. Physics direct space state 2D. Okay. This function is way more boring than the 1 and 3.0. Way more boring. This returns an array. Were they why did they get rid of all the did they just expect we don't care about masks. Just collide with everything. It's not worth the effort to mask to look at masks. That's what I'm gathering. At some point they figured out a way to make it less efficient to use a mask and just collide with everything in the world. let the developer sort it out. Is that actually true? Masks. What is it? Where is this coming from? Is this being hallucinated? Collision mask, an integer where each bit where? Get RID. Query.collision mask. Oh, do I have a query? No, I'm just calling intersect point. I don't want. You know what I should? I should be typing intersect point. Godot 4 intersect point. You can define which layers to check by setting collision mask. Can I? Query parameters. Is that true? What is this taking in? This is taking in parameters. Oh, it is taking in a parameter. Oh, it's all just been shoved into this separate object. It's all still here. Oh, yeah. Okay. What have I been doing? Oh, I even have it here. Oh, I just need, okay. So all I need to do, if I wanted to do things by mask, all I need to do is look at here and say, okay. I can even specify exclude. Collide with bodies, collide with areas. This is way smarter. Okay, this is way smarter, and yeah, I'm just dumb. So we could set a collision mask on all items that have been picked up, and then, or items. Okay, where's my item? There it is. Items have a collision shape, and that collision shape has a physics layer somewhere. Did I specify that? That's not set on this level, is it? It's set up here. Yeah, here it is. They're on layer 2. Okay, so we can just say, like, if you pick up an object, if an object is not in the world, put that on layer 3. Maybe I should write that down. It'd be nice if there was like a little edit layer names. That's exactly what I want. It'd be nice if the thing that I want already existed, like it does. Perfect. Let's just call this the item. Before I do that, collision. What other things do I have that collide? I should have done this a long time ago, and it's only occurring to me now that maybe I should name the collision layers. Okay, actually. Oh, this is items. I thought I clicked on actor. This isn't a scene. That's why. Mobs are on layer 1. I'm assuming the player is also on layer 1. Yeah. Items are on layer 2. Can I just, what are all my scenes? This is not how you find all your scenes. There we go. Not a collision, not a collidable object. Let's name these for my sanity. And forevermore, whenever I make a game and I'm using the masks, the layers and all that, I'm going to name the layers so that I have a little more sanity. Items. Mobs. Okay. I'm sad that that doesn't like change the number, but whatever. I do know that the tile map layer is set on layers as well. I don't know how to check that. That's visibility, but this is the right idea. Physics? No. Navigation? Oh, it's probably set in the tile. Yeah, I probably set it here. I definitely made some of these collidable. What was I doing? This is an example of if I had more idea of what I was doing, I would have solved this problem already. I just need to make more games to get better. This is the limits of my skill. This one. Physics layer 0. I put that on 0? That's annoying, but all right. Let's go back to item. We can stop filtering. That's not even an option. What is layer 0? How do I get to layer 0? Or is collision and physics a different thing? Are those different things? I'm sorry, how am I getting to, where's physics layer 0 coming from? Okay, there's a way to look at this here. That's on collision layer 1. That's on the mob layer. Oh, God. Why don't I just call this the everything, like the solid layer, not the mobs layer. Okay. Okay. And maybe I should have like put those a little more intelligently. Probably. Anyway, let's proceed. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, this. We might be able to say like layer 2, that's where the objects that can be picked up are, and then layer 3, that's where the objects that can't be picked up are. Oh, because this is a move item command, we should mask anyway so that we ignore all mob. We don't try and pick up a mob, basically. This is not that. This handle here. Okay. Oh, no, just kidding. Because we just contextually decide what we're doing. We don't have to set a layer at all for items that aren't in the world. We can just not have a collision layer at all, and then nothing will collide with it, and that makes sense because it doesn't exist. So we don't need this check. All we need to do is say, when we are a collectible, when we collect something, update parent. Parent dot. Okay. What is this? Physics layer 0 / collision layer. That doesn't feel right. The thing I've typed doesn't feel right. It's because I need to do this. Oh, it's because this isn't an item. I'm looking at the tile map layer. What is it for items? It's just collision layer. Easier. Will that work? All right, we just gotta test like drop. Why did that stop existing? That shouldn't have stopped existing. Wait, why is my inventory? Oh, I made this mistake before. It's just opening up a new inventory, but it's opening up where my old inventory is. That needs to not happen. And also we need to add a little X thing so that we can close this window. Bug fixed, and that bug has always been there. Okay. Progress. I'm going to go to the UI now. UI element has a scene. Let's look at it. This is what it looks like. Let's add a new button. We're going to add a close button, but this button is only going to be visible if we say make it visible. And all this button is going to do is going to say make this UI stop existing. I'm sick of it. Let's just make it a button. We don't need to add graphics yet. And a new button. Okay, we're going to call this the close button. Oops. I don't need to call it button. It's already a button. We'll put it here. And then we will hide it by default. And I need to... Do I want it to just delete the UI element completely? Let's try that. Oh wait, no, there's a hide UI already here. On VBox container GUI input. If hide UI. Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, we don't want to use that because that's how we can minimize and maximize the UI. But I want this button to be able to delete the UI. And then if you want to get it back, you just reopen your bag. You know, if this is a bag. Hide UI. We don't need this. Okay, so I would like to create a new signal on pressed, connect to that. Self.queueFree. Or we're going to just say queueFree. We can just get rid of this. Doesn't need to exist anymore. We'll just have it be visible for now. This will let us destroy UI elements that we shouldn't be allowed to destroy. Why is the button there? Oh no. Oh no, it's fixed. Oh, okay, I just need to connect it to the drag bar. Then that'll fix it. We click that and this is gone. Gone. Okay, we can open this up, close it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so first of all, into the drag bar. Where'd it go? Oh, I made it invisible. I'm smart. We would like this to say I don't know how I want to do this because currently there is no constructor for this function. And I don't know if I want to say like anytime you create a UI element, you also have to specify, make the exit function I would rather it be the close button is there by default, and I just need to hide it for critical elements. So like, why is that? I don't understand why that's already hidden. Why is it, did I not? Oh, I didn't save, that's why. Hide that. Okay, and then theoretically for, yeah, none of the critical bits of UI have a hide, but why does this have one? Oh, it's because I know why. Yeah. The inventory component is making this, and we just need to have a function that says hide hide close button. And let me go into the inventory component, and when we spawn an env element, we also want to say hide close button. Why is this a canvas group and not a UI element? Whatever, don't worry about it. But there's a problem. We only want to hide it if the parent is a player. Okay, our main inventory is now unclosable, but our other inventories are not. Okay, great. What else was I gonna do before I could call this one finished? I wanted to add the ability to move items by dragging them. That was the other thing. That was gonna be pretty complicated to do, because I need to be able to drag between inventories, and I need to be able to track that on the server. If it's just dragging, I guess that is already tracked on the server. So I could make it an RPC call to say, if I want to move something from one slot of my inventory to the other, I'm not in charge of that. The server's in charge of that. I can send an RPC call, make the server do that, and then when the server does it, it updates. That could be hairy though. Let me see. I believe that so there's a scene for each inventory point. No, maybe not. I thought I did that. guess I didn't do that. I could have sworn I had something set up. Oh, inventory slot. There it is. There it is. Yes, and there's a synchronizer in there, which is perfect. So all we have to do is tell the inventory slot to update item slot name. What is in here? Oh, yeah. Okay, so we just say this item goes from having an item to having no item, and then this item goes from having no item to having an item. We tell it the name of that item, which we have. We already have that. The synchronizer should handle everything else. We should just get everything else for free. Theoretically, not a problem. We also want to be able to drop things. So we want to be able to say, put an item on the floor instead of another item slot. But that doesn't necessarily, we can separate that out. We can make that a separate command. Like we can say command move item and then command drop item. Maybe move is not the best word, but we can make separate commands. Reorganize item, adjust position, reposition item, sort inventory, move item in inventory. Item inventory move. The naming this is important because a month from now, I'm going to be looking back at this and I need to be able to get exactly what I meant just from looking at the name. And I'm really bad at naming things. Big name. We're just moving, move is a simple word, but the problem is move is also a very overloaded word. Inventory move, inventory adjust, inventory swap. Swap is not, swap might be fine, actually. Inventory swap command. Because we can account for swapping with empty space, and we can just call that a move without like saying that. We can just roll along there. This needs to inherit from command. There we go. Invalid inherited parent name or path. It's right there. That's not invalid. Whatever. It's like I don't know, man. What do you want from me? Do these have command? Oh, they do. They do have class names. Okay, we don't need this non-existent function. We do need this actual. Why is this commented out? That's going to be a huge pain in the ass. Oh, that's probably just what exec is. I don't need this execute, right? Oh, but I could have an init. Target 1, target 2. Do these need to be called static body 2s? I can just call them items. I'm pretty sure the inventories are set to only accept items. We don't want a world where we have like a troll in our inventory. I don't think that's... Okay. I don't need this. And this exec client is just going to be an RPC call. RPC handler, swap, inventory, spaces. And this could be blank. This could be null. Or none. Is it none or no? No, I think it's none. So maybe we don't cast this. No, because this can still be none. I don't know why the actor param is being specified here. I thought the actor was the person doing. But I don't seem to be using that variable. Don't worry about it. Swap inventory position, or swap inventory slots. That will not work if these are null. So instead, I'm not passing in items. I'm not passing in items, actually. I'm passing in, where was it? Inventory slots. These will never be null. You can't swap a non-existent. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Okay. The problem is I've specified these as name, and I don't think these have a name. I mean, they have a name because all nodes have a name, but I don't think. They don't have a unique. They don't have a shared name. Is the problem? Let me just verify that. Okay, so we have one of these has an inventory. Oh, wait a minute. This inventory doesn't even exist. Huh. How are we going to swap items? Like we can't swap items if I can't reference this. Oh, wait a minute. This is the UI. What am I looking at? I don't need to look at this. I need to look at inventory component. There they are. Okay, and this is called inventory slot 1 and this is called inventory slot 2 on the server, and on the client it's probably called the same thing. But the problem is if I say inventory slot 1 swap to inventory slot 1 because they're belonging to different inventory components, that won't work because the server is going to get confused. So I need to name this. That means I need to pass the name of the actor or item that has the inventory component. That's annoying, but okay. Because the inventory component belongs to something that is named. So Um, well, what I can do is for this command, you give me an actor or an item that has an inventory component. Give me an object. Give me a thing. That thing needs to have an inventory component. What do items inherit? I clicked on this, but it's not over here. Oh, because this is the debugger. This inherits static body 2D. Oh, okay. So if we can just accept a static body 2D, we can just accept that all inventory components, all things with an inventory component are at least a static body 2D. No, we can't assume that. Oh. We can assume that all things are at least a node. We can assume that. That's great. That's a great assumption. Why don't we just not bother? We can just not bother if that's how it's going to be. I would prefer to have a cast here. This isn't the thing. I prefer to have a cast here. Let me look again. Collision object 2D. We can assume that it's at least a node 2D. We're just going to go with that. Var slot 1. Var slot 2. So we need to tell what inventory and what slot in that inventory. This feels really complicated. Which I'm sad, but at the same time, I was also kind of expecting this. Okay, so now we just need to RPC that. The name, slot 1, and slot 2. And then we need to make this function exist. Man, this is in the way. Please, thank you. Okay, to do, yeah, we want to add that to do. We want to make sure that you're allowed to swap the things before you do them, but we're not going to check that yet because this is stage 1. Security is stage 2 or whatever. Swap items, swap inventory slots. Target 1, slot 1, target 2, slot 2. And we need to add that RPC annotation. Okay. In order to swap, we need to have a buffer. All we're doing is taking the inventory slot name in the wherever this is and swapping it with whatever is here. So var swap equals, okay, first of all, var target inventory component 1 equals target 1 dot get node. Wait a minute, what's this get inventory component? Can we just do get inventory component on target 1? Does this take in a string? Oh, what? No, I don't. No. No, it doesn't. So what is this function? Get sender player node. Oh, yeah, no, that won't work. We need to turn the target 1 into an object. And how do we do that? Oh, yeah, because this is a string. We need to turn this into an object. So we're not doing this. We need to, how am I doing that? We've got an object handler. I wish I had defined what this is, but I think I need to pass the actual thing. So I have a handler, ID handler, get mob ID or get item ID. Okay. So this does not give me an object. Do I have to do get node? Oh wait, I can. Yeah, I can just do get node, can't I? I can just do get. Does that scale? How am I getting the player node? This is me refreshing myself. What is this function? Input handler.main.get node. Yeah, we're just calling get node on the main, and then if there's 60 million things in get node or in main, get node just takes care of it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's probably performant, I guess. Why not? Okay, let's do that. Main dot get node target 1. And then we gotta do the same for number 2. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Right. I need to set a swap, or do I? Yeah, I do. Target inventory component 2 dot get node inventory slot slot 2 dot name item name. How do I concatenate strings? Plus? There we go. Okay. And I want to check. It's called item slot name, but there's an underscore. And then we want to take, actually we don't need to do the names, right? We can just do the IDs. So we can just get the item slot. And that's an item. Oops, I don't need the var. Inventory component to dot get node. I should minimize the number of get node calls. Var slot 1 equals whatever, and then var slot 2 equals this. Shoot. Inventory slot 1, inventory slot 2. No. Inventory component 2. Nope, we don't need that anymore. We have slot 2 equals slot, or slot 2 dot item slot 1 dot item slot, and then slot 1 dot item slot equals swap. And then that should do it. That should do it. Everything else should just automatically happen. The only thing now left to do is call this function. And the way we call this function is we're just going to create a new command object. And I believe we had a helpful function for creating command objects, or we didn't. No, I think we had a helpful component. No, handler? Command handler? No. I could have sworn we had a command handler somewhere. Oh, it's the input handler. The input handler does all, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. The input handler handles all the inputs. So we just need to add a new logic. And that logic is okay, if we left click, we need to track a new variable. Variable dragging equals we need to, I don't want to do this in this function because I don't want to overload this function. this is the input handler. I want to make a new handler that's just like drag handler. Whatever. Just make a monstrous input handler. It's fine. No, I'm trying to do things right. I'm trying to do things right. Oh, you know what we could do? Item slots are buttons, aren't they? The UI item slot is a button, isn't it? No, it's a color rect, but that's fine. It has a signal. It has a signal. We just get the signal. Did you button down on me? And if so, let me track that I'm the slot that you buttoned down on. And then let me track, did you button up on another slot? And if so, the other slot, I'm going to tell the other slot, and then the other slot is responsible for sending the command out. GUI input. So this is not the thing. What? Okay, this is not the thing. Where's my UI inventory point? Okay. That's it? That's all I get? This is a color rect. This isn't a control. This has no signal. Damn it. Okay, I don't need this anymore. I'm just going to delete it. Let me verify that that's true. Why is this hidden? Okay. When I'm clicking on this, is it possible for me to recognize what I'm clicking on? Or when is that collision happening? Like, I'm right-clicking on this right now, and it's sending a signal. But when is this right-click actually getting processed? It's getting processed in the input handler. Maybe I should just do this all the input handler. But I'm confused because when I right-click on the bag, it's not calling a command. So how is it executing what my item does? Let's work backwards. Let's go to the item. Base item. Oh, no, data. That's the one on my bag. Okay, bag has a use function. Use is an abstract function. What are we calling use? Great. Item has a use. It is a command. It's a use item command. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me check. I could be spacing out. If I right click on this, that's a get command. If I right click on this, that's a use command, but am I just not printing that? Use item. Okay, the item is responsible for calling the use item command. Okay, but we may not need to because we're a client side thing. We don't care. But then who was use? When does this function get called? Who is calling this function right here? Okay, let me look up where's all my inputs. Oh. Oh, it isn't here. There's a GUI input. How is there a GUI? Okay. Where is this? When is this signal getting called? Do I have an init and I'm setting up? Oh, I'm setting up right here. Okay. GUI input.connect on GUI input. Where's GUI input? So wait, this is a signal. This is a control. Why is there no signal here? Because this isn't a scene. That's why. That's why. I'm looking at this. I was looking at the signals for the main this whole time, like an idiot, thinking, oh, I was looking at. Okay, I'm an idiot. That's the problem. We've had the signal has been here the whole time, and we just didn't see it because this isn't a scene. This is just a piece of code. So my original instinct was correct. We'll just go ahead. Okay, that's the problem. When I double click on this, that's the mistake I made. I double clicked on this and this popped up and I'm like, well, there's no signal. But the reason that there's no signal is because this isn't a scene. This is a script. And these are the signals attached to a script, which is useless to me. I don't care about the signals attached to the script. I care about the signals attached to this color rect. Can I please just, what signals are available to me? What signals are available to a control? Because we're a control. We have a lot of signals. Do we have a button down and a button up signal? We have a GUI input. I don't want to do everything through GUI input. No, we're just doing everything through GUI input. That's fine. That's fine. All right, so we already have the function here. So all we do is on GUI input. If the event is input whatever, blah 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 blah. Event.isPressed. Wait a minute. Can we? Is there like if event.button down? There's pressed and released. Is action pressed? I'm guessing we want is action pressed because this will not return an echo event. But maybe not. Maybe is pressed and is released is all we need. Let's try that. Let's just try that. I'm running out of time. And I've made less progress than I want. If event is input event mouse button and event button. Why am I not just copy and pasting? If this is the case, we need to inform the universe that we are the input, the inventory slot being dragged on. Maybe we put that in the input handler. Drag target. And we can say control. Right? Maybe that's not right. Node 2D. Is the control a type of node 2D? Let me just. It is not. Great. Whatever. Just this is a no. Let's leave it a control for now. This might need to be a canvas group or a node or something stupid. A node. We'll let Godot figure that out. We go back. The problem is, if I start dragging this and then I let go, we need to clear that drag target. I'll just do that in the input handler. But we need to make sure that we do it after the GUI element has a chance to be like, oh, we're swapping and you're the swap target? Great. So we should only if this is unhandled input, which this is already what it is, so maybe that's fine. Is released. Drag target equals none. Null. There we go. Okay. If we left click, we're not dragging anything. Okay. Equals self. If the event is this, but we are releasing, then it's time to create a new command. But first, and dot drag target is not null. All right, we can just say that. We don't want to call a command to do this if there is no drag target. If we've if we started to drag nothing and then we move the mouse cursor over an inventory slot and then we release it, we don't want the inventory slot to be like, oh, it's time to just swap, even though we haven't swapped anything. Create a command equals, how have I been doing this? Oh, inventory swap command dot new input handler dot player. The target one param is does the UI point know its owner? It doesn't. Oh, that's a problem. Ah. Ah. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. So inventory component is making an inventory UI element with a bunch of things. We should tell it where the inventory slot it is attached to. When we're creating the UI element, we should also attach, we have the slots already, I'm pretty sure. The slots are created on when the node is spawned. So item.build UI. Okay, so we're in inventory slot. We just need to feed the UI node ourselves. Var inventory slot. Does that work? That does work. We just need that to make be specified when. Oh no. UI node dot inventory slot equals self. Because we are an inventory slot. So we'll just tell it we exist. So that's all the information we need to go from ex nihilo to the inventory component. So this is going to be a really big command. So be it. Okay, so we have the UI element. And number one is input handler dot drag target dot. God, I hope drag target is a, okay, we should first check to make sure. Is the drag target a UI element? UI inventory slot. Inventory slot dot get parent dot get parent dot name. We also need to know what slot we are. I think that's in the name. We have the name. It's like called inventory slot number. So we just need to get the name of the thing. Slot dot name dot like strip inv. Strip the first 13 characters. Godot remove characters from string. Erase. Else strip. Else strip. Is that a real function? I mean, if it is, great. Self.get parent. Oh, no. Self.inventory slot. I don't even need the self. Get parent. Get parent. Name. Name.elstrip. I might want to cast this to an int. Nope. Oh, we're not passing in the name. Even better. Okay, this should be it. And then we just call execute on it. We're done. All that thinking. Okay. Non-existent function executed base ref counted. Inventory swap command. I'm pretty sure that function not only exists, that's here. Right here. That definitely, did I not inherit correctly? Oh, I did. Yeah, that's the problem. Yep. Yep, no, that's fair. You got me. You got me, all right. Okay, first of all, invalid type in function get node in base node cannot convert argument 1 from string name to node path. Target 1 is wait, no, it should be able to convert a string name to a node path. What? What do you mean it can't do that? Oh, I gotta cast it. Oh. I'm so smart. We gotta cast it. All right. What now? In string and int in operator. We can't do this because this is actually an int and we just need to cast it. We just cast the world as a string. We take our favorite int, we cast it as a string, and then we apply. All right, cool. We just swapped we're doing it. We're swapping inventory. What if I do that? That's nothing. That's also nothing. Get out of here. I'm fighting you. All right. I would like to demonstrate that this works. It doesn't. Oh, well, that's a problem. Oh. We're swapping it on the server. Oh no, it should propagate. It should propagate. It should propagate. Is there anything that updates the UI when these swap? There should be. So when I consume that, like, it disappears. I don't know if I do this. Nothing. Okay. Well, it didn't crash, so hey. Let's go over here. Print swap on and one. Dot format. Okay. Let's do some swaps. Okay, we got a swapped on a color rect and a color rect. I mean, so first of all, that's a good sign because we're not doing a swap on a null. Oh, wait. Hold on, we are doing a swap on a null. This should not be happening. Why is this? So wait a minute. If I let go, okay. If I let go here, I'm not over a color rect, but it's still counting as a swap? Why is that getting intercepted? The mouse event is nowhere near there. Oh, this isn't working. I mean, that shouldn't be. What if we, okay, this probably won't matter, but what if we change this to is action pressed? No, that's not. Oh, wait a minute. There's an input event screen drag. What other events are there? No, I don't care about this. This is not. No, I don't follow why this isn't working the way I thought it would work. So let's just try print mouse event. It's a dot format event. That's not correct. There we go. That's correct. Yo, we got a mouse event. Let's see. Okay, so first of all, when I click down, nothing. That's interesting. So there's no event. Oh, it's because I'm dumb. It's because that's happening here. Okay. There is a mouse event on click down, but there isn't one. Like if I let go here, this still gets the event? I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. Oh, I can't right click when I'm doing this. I'm currently holding left click. I'm currently holding left click. I can't right click. I can't do anything. My mouse is not, there's no events while I'm holding down this left click. I don't like that. How do I make that not happen? Godot no GUI events while mouse is being dragged. Captures the mouse, preventing other GUI elements from receiving end until the button is released. This behavior is designed to ensure the dragging logic stays tied to the originating node. Oh no, we're trying to bypass something. Oh, what built-in drag and drop system? Wait a minute. Okay, go back. So this claims that there's a built-in drag. Godot built-in drag and drop. Oh, I gotta look at this tutorial. Oh, I gotta look at all this. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to just... Where are the docs? I don't care about the mouse position. I don't care about the offset. All I want is I have picked up an item, specifically a control, and I want to put it onto another control. That's all I want. That can get drag data. That will be the node at which you want to drag. Can drop data. Get drag data and drop data. Godot get drag data and drop data. Tell me about those functions. Is this just a thing? Okay, let me look at the control docs. I can do that if I go up here. Nope, just kidding. We're gonna go ahead and click that. There we go. All right, tell me about this drag function. Oh yeah, there is a method, get drag data. It returns a variant and drop data, and then we give it the variant. Okay. Oh, we can even return null. Ooh. So we can say item slot. Do you have an item? And if it says no, we can just say, then don't drag. That's even better. Godot calls this method to get data that can be dragged and dropped onto controls that expected drop data. Returns null if there's no data to drag. Controls that want to receive drop data should implement can drop data. And drop data at position is local to this control. Drag may be forced with force drag. We can say get drag data self. What is this position? I don't care about position. I don't think this function does either. So if we just say get drag data, well, okay. Okay, don't get too excited now. Let's just make this function exist and see what happens. Func print OMG, this function is happening. OMG, this function is happening. Okay. What was the other function? There's drop data, I believe. There's also can drop data. Oh. So, okay. Okay. This is great. We'll make this function exist. If inventory slot dot item slot name item slot return true, else return false. GG. But I would prefer if this actually printed that first. True. Oh, it's never going to return true. Oh, it could return true if I actually picked up items. I'm dumb. Sorry, I spaced out. Okay, so first of all, didn't get a false. Not getting a false. That function is not getting called. Oh, I could just make this a one-liner. I don't need the if. Let me just grab this. Return inventory slot dot item slot not equal null. Okay. I'm not seeing the subsequent event being called. Drop data is not being called. There's no drop. There's no drop. We don't even need this input handler thing. Let me just comment this whole rigmarole. I don't need it. If this works, we don't need it. If it doesn't work, then obviously we need it. Okay. What if I just always return true? Oh, maybe I should not have this print statement. Maybe that's throwing it off somehow. Or maybe this needs to return a bool, and because it's not returning a bool, it's not actually the function that I think it is. Or Godot doesn't think it's the function that I want it to think it is. No. Okay. Could be the same for this too. No, this returns a void. So that's correct. Why is it not? Why isn't this working? I just want it to say drop. I just want it to say drop. Godot drop data not being called. Unless there's supposed to be an underscore that I'm missing. No, that's the correct. If the receiving node is set to ignore, it will not trigger drag and drop callbacks. Because I'm picking up the mouse input for drag, so I would think that it shouldn't affect it from not being able to drop. Like, I don't understand why mouse filtering would stop one but not the other. This seems like a weird issue. Like, let's Godot 2.2. Okay. This isn't because I have the cast, is it? No, that doesn't seem to be. But just to double check. Nope. Let's read the docs. Godot calls this method to test if data from controls can be dropped at position. This method can only be used to test the data. Process the problem data. The drag and drop is input on a keyboard. Set drag preview. What is this? What is that? I'm sorry, that's not what I thought it was, but we should be able to just say this and it'll work. We just put it in the ready. Amazing. Okay, we put it down like that. What is the drag preview? I don't know. Shows the given control at the mouse pointer. A good time to call this method is in get drag data. The control must not be in the scene tree. You should not free the control, and you should not keep a reference to the control beyond the duration of the drag. It will be deleted automatically after the drag is ended. So we should create a new... Okay, I see. We should create a new thing. Slap it in there. That's insane. Why don't we just steal this? Wait, why is this giving a return? Was this supposed to return something? Oh, this is a variant. Oh, this isn't void. Oh, no wonder. No wonder this isn't working. Return self. But wait. Set drag preview, CBB. Oh, I just need... like that. I don't know. Try that. Could that be why it's not working? Because I just wasn't returning the data. Yeah, that was it. That was the problem. Yes. Oh, that's good. Okay. What if we return this? Oh, it even blocks the mouse cursor as a block. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's even better than I thought. Oh, this is amazing. Oh my gosh, I need a moment. I need a moment to appreciate how good that is. We'll fix this because this can just, instead of being this, it can just be the actual item sprite. But a sprite is not a control. So I can't just pass in a sprite. I need to create a control do I? Maybe a sprite is a control. No, a sprite is a node 2D, and a node 2D is not. I just need to pick a control. I don't need to do this now. This is a work for future me to figure out. I could pass in a texture rect. And then the texture rect, I can set the texture equal to whatever I want it to be. Let's set this to 32 by 32 because that, hey, you know what? That's the actual, what did I just do? Oh, I didn't mean to actually add an item. I'm sorry. That was a mistake. I want this to be a texture rect. Equals nope, what is inventory slot dot item slot dot item data. Does the item data contain the actual sprite? It does. Oh, that's great. Dot get sprite dot texture. Boom. Now, why is it saying it's not used? All right. So first of all, invalid. Okay, we can't do this if there's no inventory slot, or if inventory slot the item slot equals null, return. Just don't try. Okay, that's fine. All right, but what if, oh, we can't do that on a compressed texture 2D. Are you crazy? Oh, this is already a texture. I don't need to do this. I call it a get sprite function, but the get sprite actually returns a texture, because of course it does. Oh, that's glorious. Okay, so I actually do want to be able to swap with empty slots. So let's make this actually, that's wrong. We don't want to start swapping with nothing. But we can continue swapping, or we can swap into, yeah, so we're not starting a swap. And now we are. Okay, I need to write this function. Hey, I already did that. Here it is. Let's take that. But it's even better. It's even better than I thought, because we don't need this input handler garbage. Get that out of here. We don't need this drag target. We don't need this. That not necessary. All we're gonna do is we're gonna take, we've got data. We're just gonna do data dot. Yeah. And then this is, the rest of this is fine. And I don't need to do any bounds checking because we've already done that, I think, question mark. Okay, yeah, so we're not calling, we can't swap an empty space, but we can do that. It's happening. Okay. I don't know, I'm a little worried that happened. I was expecting that I can put a bag into itself. I was expecting that. That's a perfectly fine bug. I was not expecting it to be invisible. Why is this invisible? Like, it's in there. I think I can consume it. No, I can't consume it, but I can drag it. Why? That's strange. Is that an RPC issue? Okay. Please forgive while I move this to a screen that is not on stream. Let's go ahead and figure out where is that UI? Is it this one? No, there's no UI here. Oh no, it's because the UI layers. Okay, I see. There it is. All right, there's inventory 2. We have our color recs. Can I? Oh, I'm looking at the signals. I would like to look at that. Okay. Now if we bring this over here, this has no texture, right? And it still has no texture because that's actually the wrong thing. Now it has a texture. Why does this one have a texture but no item? What is this texture act? What? If I do this, why is a texture act appearing and disappearing? Is that the drag? That's a temporary one that it's making? That's fine. I'm a little confused as to item and inv. Like, what is this texture? Is that? Oh, is that just the black box? Is that all it is? And then the actual texture inside is the item. Oh, okay. So, okay, if I have this correctly, as soon as I put something here, yeah, okay, I had it correctly. Okay. So, if we drag over here, this is here in the color rect. It's just not in the texture, but it is here. Huh. Okay, maybe I should track this. Okay, so there is an item. The item is there. It's just not being drawn. Why isn't it being drawn? Let's look at the inventory slot code. We're setting and clearing the item once we add this in. So setting the item just does that, and clearing the item just does that. But when we do that, we also, if the item is in inventory, we disconnect. Why do I have this? If X equals the item in inventory. If we're trying to redraw an item that's already there, don't bother. Just give up. Otherwise, the item that's there is destroyed. We're getting rid of it. Is that correct? Oh, we're not getting rid of it. We're disconnecting the signal that says on destroyed. But we don't, that's not a signal here. Okay. Oh, we're just setting it up. Clear item. What is that? Oh, okay. When the item is destroyed, we clear the item from here. But we don't care about that anymore. And then if X, connect it to the clear item function, and then set the texture of the texture rect to this. And this is failing. Now, why is this failing? I don't know. Let me try printing. This is happening. Also, swap items 0 and 1. Data self. Okay, some things happened. Swap items. Yeah. Oh no, that was working. I was just... Okay, so notably... Oh, I called it "This is happening." I'm really bad at naming my prints. So that was happening the whole time. A node texture is being assigned to the UI. Okay. Somewhere in here. Oh. This is happening. A texture is being assigned. Yes. 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 No. 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 There's no X. That's weird. So there's no setter being called for the UI. Just move this here, just to verify. It's not like being intercepted by something dumb. Oh, don't move that in there. Okay. Okay, so we're not even getting to this. So this is being called, this should be getting called for free by the inventory slot. Because when the inventory slot changes, it is automatically, oh, it's only calling that if the parent name is equal. Oh. This is only getting called if this is happening to the player's inventory. That's right. We don't entirely, that's not entirely, we definitely want this check to make sure like only the player who owns this inventory should be updating the UI. We don't want to update everybody's UI. We just want to update the player that owns this inventory's UI. But, shoot. What we could say is if the parent has a collectible component, get the collectible components parent. No, because we want to be able to have nested. Shoot. Oh, the collector, the collectible component has a collector. But the collector could be an actor, or it could be anyone with a inventory component, right? So like a bag can collect things. So how do I determine if I am owned by a player or not? You know what? I'm just going to leave this as a to-do for myself. To-do, figure this out. Actually, I'm going to leave it uncommented because it'll give me an error. We will not compile until we fix this. To-do, make us able to update sub inventories. All right. We're going to stop here because if I'm out of gas, and if I keep going, I'm just going to write more and more bugs and sloppier code. And you know what? That's not an asset. All right. I don't feel like I made as much progress as I wanted, but I wasn't actually planning on finishing bags because, as I said before, most complicated inventory, I don't like that it's taken 2 streams and I'm still not done with it. Feels kind of bad, but oh well. 100% next time we're going to finish bags, and then we're going to chew through these items, because the rest of these, the next most complicated one is the torch, and that is not going to be complicated, and then these just get less complicated from there. Sword and shield are just going to be empty vessels, and so is armor. And the bottle is just going to be a healing potion. What a healing potion turns into after you drink it. And it's like, okay. Oh, we need to add dropping items too. So we're not almost done, but let me also to do drop items. That should be pretty easy with this fancy it's not in here. But with being able to drop, we'll figure that out next time. Onto floor. Next time we'll do that, and then crank these out. The only other one besides the torch that will be any level of complicated is the bread, and that's not going to be complicated. That's just going to be we're just going to do a simple check that's like, don't eat too much bread in one sitting. Like, you eat bread and then there's a 10-minute cooldown. Whatever. And then I think this will actually go so quickly. We may just implement the basic stat sheet, which is just basically a augment to the combat handler that says, are you a player? Do you have a weapon in your inventory? Good news, you have better stats. Are you armor? Do you have armor in your inventory? Good news, you have better stats. That's it. And then we're also going to have a this is the point where we say the player has skills, and the more you do an action, the higher that skill goes. And we're going to have that be tracked here. And then we're going to plug that into the combat handler. That should be quick too. That I expect this to be complicated in stage 2, but we're in stage 1, so it's just going to be a sword skill and a shield skill. Do you have a shield? Do you have a sword? Are you hitting? Are you defending? Your stats go up. That's it. That's the entirety of it. And then this, we'll put that off. This I expect to take like 5+ sessions, streams to implement. And then there's not much else. I say there's not much else. There's like 2 pages worth of stuff. Non-item containers. I'm already doing that. Great. Dockable. Hunger food. Okay, so some of these are things that we're already doing. Whatever. I feel like we can get through stage 1 by the end of next month. That's my goal. And then we'll move on to stage 2. And stage 2, the game will start to feel less like this and more like a thing that we're building into a game. Looking forward to that. Anyway, enough about that. I'm going to head out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Hope you had a good time. Hope y'all have been writing lots of good code and playing lots of fun games. And I'll see you all next time.